Guys, it's Marlon Herlock here of HallelujahLifestyle.com, and it's day one of our 14-day Raw Amazing Lifestyle Diet Challenge. And I just wanted to do this quick video because a lot of persons ask me, why go raw? Why go fully raw? Why not 50%? Why not 75%? Why go 100% fully raw? And so I decided to do this quick video to tell you why go fully raw and what are the benefits. Let me start out by sharing my experience. Around about 3 years ago, I developed kidney stones. I was at my office and while sitting at my desk, I felt a little discomfort in my groin area. And what started out as a simple discomfort, in a matter of minutes became excruciating pain. I literally found myself on the floor, and in the next couple of minutes I was at the hospital. The doctors told me that I had kidney stones. At that point, I didn't know what caused kidney stone. My biggest problem wasn't the fact that I had kidney stones. My biggest problem was that I didn't even know what caused kidney stones or what was kidney stones. Guys, it was like a big light came on in my head. It was then I realized that I knew more about computers, I knew more about studying the scriptures, I knew more about so many other subjects than I did about my own body, and I was very uncomfortable with that. And so that was when my health interest my health interest spark began. Around about that time, I just met Paul Nyson, and Paul Nyson is a well-known raw food chef. And around about that time, I was inviting him here to Jamaica. And when he came to Jamaica, through him, I got introduced to raw food eating. He basically has been eating raw for around about 20 years now. He had a health condition called what they call it Crohn's disease, which is a type of digestive disorder that is said to be incurable, and he got cured just by going on a raw food diet. And so I got introduced to eating raw through him by taking him around Jamaica, touring him. We went to Kingston. And at that time, when I started out eating raw, I started out eating about 75%. So my breakfast would be raw, my lunch would be raw, and then, of course, I would eat a cooked meal. And so here I was in Kingston at this raw food restaurant called Me Hungry. And by the way, guys, if you ever come to Jamaica, or if you are in the Kingston area, and I do believe they have a branch in Mandeville, you have to go and check it out. When I went to that restaurant, it was not just eating raw, it was food that tasted great. And so I believe if you want to introduce your family, if you want to introduce your children to eating raw, then you really should bring your children there and let them experience, like raw dessert. They have pizzas, they have cookies made from all live or raw food, raw ingredients. And so while I was there at Me Hungry, because Me Hungry is a place where naturally a lot of raw food eaters hang out. And so I was talking to this gentleman who was eating raw. He said that he was eating raw for about 10 years, and he was explaining to me and sharing with me the vast difference between eating 100% raw and eating 75% raw. And so after sharing with him and sharing with a number of other folks there, I decided that, man, I really need to go 100% raw. And that's how basically I began eating raw. And so I've been eating raw. I ate raw for about 1 year, and after eating raw for about 1 year, and it was really an experimental experience that was beyond this world. After eating raw for about 1 year, I got involved in some business activity that really messed up my cycle. It really messed up my my routine, and I fell off the horse. And so since then, I've not been 100% raw, but I've tried as much as possible to eat as much fruit and vegetable as is possible. But I can tell you, it's been nearly 1 year now since I've been doing that, and I cannot feel the same feeling that I got when I was eating raw, fully raw. And so there is not a day that goes by that my stomach feel the way it felt back then, because as I said, you have to experience it. It's not something that I can sit here and describe. You have to experience it. And so That is also one of the reasons why I wanted to do this 14-day challenge, because I want to begin my 100% raw lifestyle again. I want to begin my 100% raw routine lifestyle again, and I want to share that with you and the world. And I want, if it's possible, to help as many persons to start that journey and to stay on that journey with me. And so eating raw has been a phenomenal experience for me. You know, it was like I had a new body. I've never experienced anything like that. I knew that sickness had a feeling. I knew that I didn't know that health had a feeling, because all I knew was either being sick or not being sick. I didn't know that being healthy literally has a feeling on its own. And friends, it feels extremely great. You know, when I started out eating raw, I really didn't have a coach except for having Paul Nyson, who I could ask questions and he would give me a few tips here and there. But when I started out eating raw, I developed bloating and I developed a lot of gas in my stomach. And part of the reason for that is that for me, when I was eating 100% raw, I did not know what it was like to be hungry. I did not know what it was like to experience a belly full. And as I was talking to Paul, he explained to me that when you eat raw or when you eat live food, what you are doing is you are nourishing your body on a cellular level. And so once the body has received all the nourish it needs, then you will feel a satisfying feeling, so you won't want to eat anymore. In like manner, once that nutrients becomes depleted, you begin to feel weak. And so with that new information, it helped me a lot. And so that is one of the reasons why I really want to do this challenge, so that I can share my experience, I can help to guide you and mentor you, because it's very important that you have somebody there who can guide you and show you the ropes. Now, some of the other experience that I had is that I had great energy. I felt as if I could run on the spot. I had great energy. I had mental clarity. And especially for somebody who studies scriptures or somebody who is active in ministry, I've never felt that level of mental clarity. I lost about 70 pounds. I was like 230 pounds and I lost 70 pounds. My acidosis went. I had serious acid reflux. Another thing that went, and believe me, it is strange how we settle for less. It is strange how we accept so many abnormal things as being normal. One of the abnormal things that I accepted was migraine. I thought that having migraine was normal. I even claimed it. I even called it my migraine. And I would eat certain foods knowing that it would trigger the migraine. And because I loved those foods, I would eat them knowing that I have this condition and that I was willing to live with it. And that there were times when I was willing to bear the pain and eat, because I didn't know that it could ever go. I thought that it was mine. I thought, just like how so many persons talk about my diabetes, or they talk about my cancer, or they talk about my arthritis. So many persons have accepted disease as a norm, and I want you to understand that disease basically is supposed to be a temporary situation. It is supposed to warn us that something is in our bodies, and once we make the correction, then that disease is supposed to go. And so one of the things that I learned, that I have adopted as my mantra to today, is that my disease is not my problem. I've learned that my disease is not my problem. And I'm telling you that your disease is not your problem. Your habit is. And so the habit that form the disease, if you want to hate something, if you want to be bitter about something, if you want to be bitter, don't be bitter with the fact that you have diabetes. Don't be bitter with the fact that you have cancer. Bitter with the habit that caused it in the first place. And so what I want to say to you is that if you can change your habit, in most cases, you can reverse that disease completely. And so that is also one of the reasons why I want to do this video, because eating raw allows you to have that experience. And so since I've become a naturopathic doctor, and that really means that I help people to get better using all natural modes of healing. I have seen sickness, I have seen death. I mean, just 2 weeks ago, I lost 2 of my clients. One to cancer and one to a digestive disorder. The one with the digestive disorder, she called me like 2 days before, wanting to see me. I couldn't go, and so I felt so bad. This is also another reason why I want to do this video. That particular client of mine and the other one that died in Kingston were persons that I care for them through mobile clinics, which means that I travel from parish to parish. I set up clinics, I screen persons, I work with a machine that allows me, once I put you on that machine, it allows me to know exactly what's wrong with your body. And so I travel from parish to parish, and that's what I do. But after doing it for some time now, I really realize that I really can't help persons by just traveling and prescribing supplements. You know, when I look at these persons, most of the time that I leave them recommending supplements, I know that they need more than just supplements. What they need is to change their habits. I really don't have the facilities to have inpatient or a resident facility so that I can care for persons, and so that's one of the things that I want to look at. And if you really want to help, then that's something that you can really help us with. I'm really looking to get a facility that I can have persons and care for them for about three weeks or more. They can bring their caregiver, and we can show those persons what to do and how to take care of themselves. But until that happens, my friend, until that happens, what I want to use is this medium to help persons, because as I said, the mobile clinics are limited. They can only do so much and no more. What persons really need to do is to change their habits. And so this 14-day Raw Amazing lifestyle diet is an attempt to help persons to change their habits. And so many of the persons that I've seen who have died, many of the persons that I see who are sick, these are persons who could still be alive, or these are persons who can have a better quality life. And so as a doctor, I tell persons that the word doctor is not some super smart word. It's not a super smart word. The word doctor comes from the root word that we get the word doctrine from. It means to teach. And so a doctor, by definition, is someone who teaches. A doctor is not, a job is not to write a prescription or to just tell you what to do. His job is really to teach you and to guide you into how to take care of yourself, because your health is really your responsibility. It's not mine. And even though what I do is natural, I don't want to assume the responsibility of taking care of you. I want to empower you. I want to educate you so that you can take care of yourself. And so one of the best ways that you can help me and help others in doing that is by asking questions. When you watch these videos, you can help me to better help you and help others by asking questions, by sharing these videos. That's how you can help. And so what are some of the benefits of eating live? What are some of the benefits of eating raw foods? For one, live food contains what we call enzymes. Enzymes, my friend, are necessary for every body function to take place. They are the building blocks of life. And so live foods are fruits and vegetables, nuts and grains, contain the closest contains enzymes that are the closest resemblance to those in your body, which means that if and when your body lacks enzymes, the closest resemblance comes from eating live foods. And so one of the reasons why you are sick, one of the reasons why your body is not healing itself, is because it is lacking in enzymes, or the enzymes are deficient. And so just by taking in these foods, you are providing on a daily basis the necessary enzymes that the body needs to carry out its function. Another reason why you need to eat live foods, and it has been my personal experience, is that live food builds, cleans, and repairs your body at the same time. As you see in these videos, as you will see in most of these videos, a lot of the ingredients I can pretty much tell you on an itemized basis the benefits of these plants. These foods are building your bodies. These ingredients are cleaning your bodies, and these ingredients are repairing your body all at the same time. Another reason why you need to eat live or raw foods is that fruits and vegetables is the most dense food source. We call it whole food nutrition in the entire world. And as I said, throughout these 14 days, I will be spending some time talking about live foods, the benefits of live foods, and also I'll be spending some time talking about the myth and why eating junk food is so dangerous. A lot of persons, one of the things that they will tell me is that eating 100% raw is an extreme. Well, here's my response. Have you ever thought about it? But you are 100% on junk food. That's an extreme. You've been eating a 100% junk food diet for years now, and I would say that's an extreme. And so, that's why I want to challenge you. I don't expect you to maybe go 100% raw, but what I would want you to do is at least eat one meal for the 14 days raw. That's a start. And so eating live foods allows the body to heal itself. The body heals itself, but most of the time, the reason why the body can't heal itself is because the body don't have the raw material, right? So all you need to do is to provide the body with the raw material. One of the things I tell a person is that the body has a natural or a default setting. When I find persons with multiple health concerns, I know that giving them supplements or giving them herbs will not fix it. What they need to do is to allow the body to go to its natural or default setting. What do I mean? Well, just like your smartphone comes with a default setting, in that if you've messed with the phone and you've changed complicated features, if you've changed features of the phone that makes it difficult to navigate yourself around, there's a setting that there's a button that you can press that brings the phone to its default or factory setting. So our body is built with a factory setting. In other words, when you have complicated and multiple health challenges, rather than dealing with them one at a time, one digestive problems, bone problems, skin problem, one of the things that you need to understand is that your body has a setting called its default setting. So the body, if allowed to go back to its default setting, it will eradicate and erase all of these complications that we have allowed to be developed because of our habits and lifestyle. All right, so eating for these 14 days is going to introduce you to that. And so one of the misconceptions that prevents so many persons from wanting to go live or wanting to eat raw is the misconception that it is expensive. That is also one of the reasons why I want to do these series of videos. I want to do this challenge is because I want to dispel that. I want to show you that eating raw is very inexpensive and it's also very practical. Because two of the myths are, one, it's inexpensive, and two, that it's very impractical. Well, I want to show you that it is very practical. And the last thing I want to close with is that I know a lot of persons, and I've seen a lot of persons who are sick. And I know that one of the reasons when some persons come to me and I explain to them what caused their health situation, I look at their faces when I see them going, because I know it's not that most times they don't know that what they're eating is not good. Yes, a few of them don't know the alternative, but most of them don't have the discipline. They don't have the mental discipline to do what is right. And so I can tell you that by joining this 14-day Raw Amazing Lifestyle Challenge, you are not doing it on your own. You are doing it with me and with a whole lot of other persons. And that is the reason why I want you to visit our Raw Amazing, our Facebook page. I've set up a support page where you can go and share your experience. You can weigh yourself. You can tell us how much weight you're losing. You can tell us what your experience is like, what you are feeling. And so you are not alone. All right, so remember, your disease is not your enemy. Your habit is. And I want to invite you and encourage you to start a new habit. And let's start that new habit together. All right, so see you on the challenge.